Hi everybody. So in this video, we're going to look at density as a measure of mass divided by volume. And if you want to work along with me in this video, you can download a copy of a PDF from my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. So it's important to understand that density is a measure of mass for one unit of volume. So if our unit of volume was centimeters cubed, then the density would be grams per centimeter cubed. If the unit of volume was in meters cubed, the density tends to be kilograms per meter cubed. So if we look at example 1, we're told that a piece of metal has a mass of 30 grams and a volume of 4 centimeters cubed. We need to work out its density. So if I set this up as a ratio of mass to volume, then the mass will be the 30 grams and the volume will be 4 centimeters cubed. And density is a measure of the mass for one unit of volume. So we're looking at the volume being 1 centimeter cubed. Now the reason why we divide mass by volume is we need to divide this 4 by itself, because 4 divided by 4 will make 1. And we need to divide both sides by the 4 to keep the ratio balanced. So can you see that we're dividing the mass by the 4, which is given in our equation here? When we divide 30 by 4, we get 7.5, and our units will be the grams per centimeters cubed. So this will be our density here. For question 2, we're told that a gold bar has a volume of 150 centimeters cubed and a mass of 2,895 grams. We've been asked to work out its density. So if we just highlight the information, 150 centimeter cubed, and this mass, then we can substitute each of these values into our equation. So density in grams per centimeter cubed will be the mass of 2,895 grams divided by the volume of 150 centimeters cubed. We can work this out on our calculators and we get 19.3. And then we have grams per centimeters cubed. So this will be our units. Okay? In our next questions, we're going to look at how to calculate the mass and the volume when we're given the density. And then in question 5, we're going to look at an exam style question. Okay, so for example 3, we've been asked what is the mass of a piece of rock with this volume and this given density. And then for question 4, we've been asked to work out the volume when we have this mass and this density. So perhaps you want to try these questions yourself. You can pause the video, and when you come back, we'll go through the work solution. Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. So for question 3, we've got the volume and we've got the density. So I'll substitute each of these into here. And then to work out the mass, we need to multiply both sides by the 36. Because then these two will cancel, and we're left with 86.4 grams for our mass. Okay? Question 4. This time we've been given the mass and the density. Again, we'll substitute them into here. So now we need to rearrange this equation to make v the subject. If we move the v to the left-hand side, then we get 0.85v will equal 106. And now we'll divide both sides by the 0.85. And this will give us a volume of 124.7 centimeters cubed. Okay, so let's try an exam style question. Okay, so in question 5, we're given that this is a block of metal in the shape of a cuboid, where we've got the length, the width, and the height. And the density of the metal is 7.8 grams per centimeter cubed, and the block has a mass of 1,950 grams. We've been asked to work out this length of x. So do you want to try this question yourself? You can pause the video, and when you come back, you can compare your working out with mine. Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. So we've got the density, and we've got the mass. We can substitute these into here to work out our volume. And then we can find an equation involving x for the volume of this cuboid and then we can combine the two to work out x. So we'll begin then by substituting each of these into here. To work out v, we'll move this over to the left-hand side, and then divide both by the 7.8. So this will give us a volume of 250 centimeters cubed. And we can work out the volume of this cuboid by finding the area of this cross-section, which will be the x multiplied by the height of 5, which will give us 5x centimeters squared, and then we'll multiply this area by the depth of 4, and we'll get a volume of 5 times 4 times the x centimeters cubed. And we know this volume here is 250. So we'll say 250 equals 20x. We'll divide both sides by the 20. These will cancel. So x will be 12.5 centimeters. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did find that helpful, please like and subscribe. And you can download the full lesson and the PDF that accompanies this video from my website, mrmathematics.com.